Guys, I'm gonna see if we can create a miniature lava lamp with a couple of things I've got at home. I got a bottle of water, some vegetable oil, some food coloring. I'm gonna just mix the food coloring, the oil in this cup in a minute, and I'm gonna use the fork to stir it. First thing I'm gonna do is kind of just cut my label right off of my food bottle. So I'm just gonna go ahead and peel that label off so I can kind of see that better. So now I've got my water bottle. I'm going to take a little bit of the water out of it. In fact, I'm just going to drink it. So I've got it kind of like half filled now. I probably should have, maybe not that much, but that's okay. Keep the lid. I'm going to take the vegetable oil, and the first thing I'm going to do is going to put the vegetable oil into a little cup, and I'm going to go ahead and put some food coloring into the vegetable oil. If you notice, when I put the food coloring in the vegetable oil, you'll see that it makes these really cool, nice little round drops. Let me see if I could zoom in on it for you. The vegetable oil really does not want to mix in with the food coloring because the oil is non-polar and the food coloring is polar. I'm going to kind of like stir it up a little bit and see if I can get like into what I call a colloid, or little micro drops. So you see how they're kind of like micro drops? I'll probably stir that up in just a little bit more in just a second. So I really stirred up that green food coloring in the oil so it looks pretty dispersed. You can still kind of see the micro droplets on it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that little thing of water, and I'm going to go ahead and add this oil. So I'm going to just go ahead and add the oil. I'm just going to kind of gently pour it into the top. So there you go. You notice I've got that oil poured into the top, and I am going to kind of let it sit there for just a moment. Again, I'm going to put this on time elapse, so that actually I don't even think I have to put it on time elapse. I think you can sort of see what's going on right now. I'll bring it up a little bit closer. Now, if you notice what's going on here, I guess I have to back up just a little so you guys can see a little bit better. The green food dye, it's in the oil layer and it's surrounded by the oil itself. But as I wait and I watch it after a few minutes, the green food dye is soluble or dissolves in the water. So the green food dye is what we call polar, just like the water, and it is not soluble in the oil. That's why it's kind of in those little droplet forms. So as it kind of like travels around in the water, you'll notice that it starts to dissolve, and I'll back up a little bit more here so you can see the entire thing. So as time goes on, that green food color is going from the oil layer into the water layer. All right, I'm going to pause it and let it keep working on its own. Here is the green food coloring and the oil layer after a few minutes. I want to wait a little bit longer and come back to it. And here is a few minutes later. You can see that most of the food coloring has moved down to the water section. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer. And the oil section is starting to kind of turn back to its yellow oil color. And here we go. This is about after an hour or so. You can see most of the green has settled back down into the water part, and the oil part is a little bit more back to that yellowish color. All right, and it looks like we're almost back to that completely yellow color. I think the little green on the top there is just kind of like a reflection from the other material. I'm going to kind of like turn this a little bit so you can see that these guys are definitely immiscible. If you make one of these in like a water bottle, you can kind of make yourself your own little like lava lamp going on there. So I'll go ahead and And I'll have like a little lava lamp action going on there as the bubbles try to get back to their polar and non-polar layers.